Guten Abend, peeps. Liesl here once more, and this evening I am delighted to be wishing us all a very happy Halloween, a very happy Samhain, a very happy All Hallows Eve, or whatever is your preferred vernacular. So enough from me and straight in. Now, if we did see the prelude video that I did a few days ago, we will know that this year I actually built two guitars for the Halloween videos because there are going to be two of them, but I'll come to part two later. Based on a suggestion by our good friend and sister Susie Gemini. She did, way back in the summer now, suggest that we may, or request that we may, base this year's theme around a very popular Halloween movie. I know it is a very good movie. I saw it myself, although it was quite some time ago. And the movie is Practical Magic. Now, if you're not familiar with the film, it's based around two sisters, who, well, basically, any gentlemen that become romantically inclined with them, or any women in their family, tend to befall some misfortunes. Should we say that? We will, because I don't want to ruin the plot of the film in case you want to see it. So there we go. And the two sisters in question are named Gillian, or Gilly, and Sally. So yeah, you've guessed it. Basically, the two instruments that I built for this year are very loosely based around these characters, but more generally just based around Halloween. And again, if you've seen the prelude, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, you may wish to go back and watch it. It'll probably make more sense of this video and an up and coming video, because this is going to be a two-part series, if you like. So you have me in this first video, part one, and we are hoping very much that Les is going to pop along for part two. Now, he did tell me that he was stuck on the freeway. Yeah, he texted me. Yeah, he's stuck on the M1 motorway, but not far from junction 14, between 13 and 14, so he's only about 5 or 10 miles away. So hopefully, if the traffic does clear, he'll be with us fairly soon. But enough of that, and straight on. So I thought I would start with Sally, and here she is. And as many of us know, I decided to base Sally around a coffin. There are a couple of reasons for that, actually. Not only because it's Halloween, but also I was very curious as to how it would sound. Whether the shape would make any difference, the size of the box, and basically how I would go about it as well. Now, I did not have a decent mitre for cutting angles, so I would not have had a hope really in getting such a nice coffin shape. So I did buy the box from the Works, if you're in the UK, which is a bit of a hobby craft kind of centre, if you like. Yeah, relatively inexpensive. And yes, I did pop along there, where I did find these coffin boxes. Now, I bought two of them because basically on the front there was a kind of cut-out stencil of a skeleton. A bit like my mate Fred here. Hello Fred, who's come to join us this evening. Yeah, which was very nice, but I wanted to be able to lay the box out how I wished. So I bought two of them basically. And this lid on the front here is the back from another one. Yeah, you get my drift. You know this is Liesl cigar box guitar, right? And there it is. So yeah, basically what I did was I detached the bottom from the other one and glued it on top of the lid on this one to give us a solid lid. I did the sound holes in a cross formation I thought that was kind of at least appropriate to go with the coffin, personally. Yep. And just for a bit of a novelty, I thought we really should have coffin handles. And these were only $3 off the local market. They're cupboard handles. But not only do they add a certain aesthetic, I think they add a certain resonance. They do act as kind of natural resonators, I think, anyway, to kind of amplify and enhance the sound of this. Yep, the usual standard 12mm grommets and little 4mm grommets, just to kind of form the pattern on the front. The back of the instrument, as you may already know, or you may not, was part of a broken hinge assembly. Yeah, basically from an old kitchen cupboard. So that's been knocking around for ages, but it did make quite a nice little saddle. The bridge, yep, is just a nut and bolt. Yeah. And the nut is basically a nail that I cut down and just inserted into the neck of this one. Did make a headstock that's bolted on. Yep. And that's about it, really. Yeah. And a tiny little tuning peg that actually came from a ukulele, I think, originally. Yeah, so a little uke tuner. I thought it looked quite nice and natty for this one. And that's basically it, really. If we get a little bit closer, I can show you a little bit closer up. Now with the lid on, oops, a little inscription on the front, R.I.P. Yeah. And there she is. Quite a pretty one, I'm sure you'll agree. Yep. So, does a coffin make a good sound? Well, we're about to find out, aren't we? Yeah, so, let's get my trusty bottleneck. I think we'll see how she sounds. Now, the action is quite loose on her, and I think a lot of that is to do with how far the string comes up before it hits the bridge. So I may make some alterations to this. I think that had it been wiser, I might have built her with a slightly shorter neck and had the bridge a bit further down. But I don't know, you know. So I'll let you see what you think anyway. Okay. So there she is, Sally. I think she does make quite a nice sound. I've got her tuned to an E, like a low E. Not bad. Like I say, the action is a little low, so it's hard not to hit the top of the box. But that said, it's such a long neck that really you're only playing to about here. Let's say the 12th's about there, the 12th, so that's not bad. I wanted to try and keep her in shot as I was playing her, but yeah, they're like a Spanish guitar for her. See, she bottoms out of it. Bit off kilter there, but never mind, you get the idea. So there she is, Sally. Yeah, I for one am quite pleased. Yeah, I mean, she went together quite nicely, this one. I didn't have a lot of trouble with her. It seems like a long time ago now, because I did say that basically my sort of unwritten rule, although there are no rules, is that you can't start the Samhain, or you can't start the Halloween build until October, which basically gives you 31 days. I got the 2 built in the end in something like, well, basically there were about 5 days left. Yes. And of course, with all the fiddling about and setting them up and stuff like that, I think I just about got the 2 done in the time. So yeah, there's the first one, Sally. And yeah, I think I'll admit, fair job, not bad, you know. If I may move very swiftly onto the second build, the second character from the film, or the other main character in the film, is Jilly. And again, if you'd seen the prelude video, you will have already seen a snapshot of Jilly. But once more, here she is, and she is very loosely based around a very famous guitar, the Flying V. So there she is. It's hard to see in this dim light. She is actually hot pink. But yeah, I didn't really want to kind of ruin the ambience in here. We are crammed in the corner of the Groove Lounge because I am basically setting up the sound lab again. Yeah. Let's see. I have my lantern. Yeah. But hopefully you'll see more of the setup when Les turns up. Yeah, because he's going to play Jilly. Yeah, and he did ask me some time ago if I'd build him a funky looking guitar. Something along the lines of a Flying V or something like that. As is his ilk, basically. So yeah, we did come up with her. She's an odd shape to have in your lap. But I think I'm going to have to just for this because, yeah, we're a bit cramped for space in here. But like I say, Liz is going to be along. Now, she's not plugged in. I'm not going to plug her in because Les wants to sound check her himself. Yeah, and I haven't got little Roland out yet because we are very cramped for space in here. So, I am most sorry. But you will have to wait just a little bit longer to see what she sounds like plugged in. And to be honest, even I don't know. Because although I've had her plugged in, I've not actually played her really. No. But I have discovered that the action on her is quite nice. Let's see what she's like acoustically. Oh no. Somewhere there. Terribly out of tune. That's better. Let's try again, shall we? Not bad, but I don't want to steal Lies's thunder, so yeah, do tune in later for part 2, where hopefully Les is going to put her through her paces. Yeah, and I'm hoping he's pleased, because we all know he's a bit fussy, right, when it comes to guitars. But anyway, let's run through it quickly. Yeah, now the wood itself that I used was some very flaky kind of builder's board. Yeah, which as soon as I cut into it, even with a hacksaw, was like spreading dust everywhere and was very dry. So I did have a bit of bother getting the do excuse me, getting the body together on this one. And again, if you've seen the prelude video, you probably already know, but I will just run us through this one very quickly. So yeah, the horrible builder's wood basically went to make the body. I used offcuts to make the sides and the inserts here. And on the front it's just a standard bit of like 1/8 inch, I think it's 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, 1/8 of an inch plywood that was also kind of knocking around really. And so that's what I used to create the build. Just a bit of standard, it's about 1.5 inches wide strip pine for the neck. The fingerboard itself is made from inserts that came out of a cigar box. If you've seen those, quite often they have wooden inserts. I guess it's to keep the cigars fresh or whatever, stop them rolling about or something like that. But they do make very good kind of veneer, if you like, which I used basically on the front of the headstock with this one, and on the on the neck itself to make the fingerboard. Yeah, painted it with undercoat and then painted it black, and then went in and distressed a lot, which caused a lot more dust and palaver. But as you can see, it's given her that kind of weathered look. Very cheap and cheerful skull head tuning pegs, which I took off of Elsa, which was last year's build, The Bride of Frankenstein. If you've not seen that video, do go back and watch it. I've not watched it in a very long time, but it's still on there. And yeah, in the back, basically our old favourite piezo pickup, which eventually I did seal in there. I just stuck it in there with copious amounts of epoxy resin adhesive. I found it the easiest way to keep it in place, and yeah, it stayed put when I tried the jack plug in there, the jack lead in there anyway. So yeah, hopefully jobs are good. And standard hinge to make the saddle, just cut the end off of a long nut to make the bridge, and the nut is the nail basically that's been filed down for the nut. String tensioners made from flat-headed, the flat on the back, whatever you'd call those, standard screws. And that's about him really. That's about her, sorry, should I say. So yeah, I mean basically that's it. Decor on the front came from the pumpkin off the front. So yeah, that added quite a nice little touch. And as you can see, made and produced in the UK. So there we go. So yeah, if you want to hear her properly put through her paces, do join us a little later when Les will demonstrate her plugged, if you like. Yeah. And so there it is. So if you have stayed with me, because it's been quite a long video, I do appreciate it and thank you very much. As you know, it's always a pleasure to have you here. And I thank you all and I love you all. A very happy Halloween to us all. And yeah, that's basically it from me. So next you'll see Les. And may I just say, whatever you're doing this evening, stay safe, keep building. Okay then, bye for now then peeps. See you in part 2. Bye for now then. Bye.